Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Devin with Freckled Mom. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can see when I upload a new video. Let's get started. I have 3 beach-inspired projects today, and I know what you're thinking, Devin, it's Christmas. But we have a huge snowstorm coming tonight, so of course I need a little bit of vitamin C. How cute is that? I'm going to show you how to make it. It's super easy. So this is just like a canvas. You can get these at Walmart or the dollar store. I happen to get a whole lot of them from Michael's on Black Friday, so I am just painting up a storm. So here I'm just painting a couple different of my favorite beachy colors. There's some teals and I'm not sure of this color. I'm going to have to get back to you guys. I'm going to put it in the comments because I have a couple of these, so I want to go back and see which one I actually use so you can see. I use 3 different colors here. I use my favorite antique white, and then that teal, and then a little aqua. And these I'm just painting on, no special rhyme or reason, just painting them on, and you'll see what I do with it after. This is a little trial and error because I haven't done this yet, so I wanted to see how it would work on canvas because I was thinking about it on wood, and then I had so much canvas, you know, from Black Friday, I figured this was going to be the best way. This is where things get interesting. Now I'm just taking some water and I'm just washing out the paint. I've seen this on wood and I thought it was adorable, and I was hoping I'd get the same effect on canvas, and I was not disappointed. I just love how it came out. So you have to keep watching to see how it comes out because it was a lot of back and forth and letting it dry a little bit and then going back, you know, if I thought I needed a little bit more or a little bit less. But it was just trying to use the water to blend them a little bit, but also, you know, wash it out to get that washed out effect. Here I am working on another project, but in this video, so you'll see it. And I'm doing the same technique, but I'm starting pretty much from scratch now. Instead of doing the paint first and then washing it out, I'm just going right through with the water and the paint and giving it a little washed out right from the beginning. And I think that was probably a quicker way, only because it would come out, you know, a little bit darker, and then I could see how much I needed to wash out. But either way, they both came out so adorable. I'm using the same 3 colors from the previous project. These are just my favorite colors. I use them all over my house for decoration, but I also use them a lot in my decor that I sell and also for gifts that I make for people. It's just, you know, they're just such cute colors and they really go along with my coastal farmhouse theme. Here I'm just adding a little bit more water. I felt like it needed a little more of a ocean feel to it, you know, like with the waves against the sand and the sky, and I love how it turned out. Now it's time to add some beachy words to make these some beachy signs. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that me and Cricut, Cameo, vinyl paper, whatever you want to call it, we do not work well together when it comes to fabric and burlap. And I also learned I am not the greatest when it comes to canvas either. Now, since this project, I have done a few more canvas projects that I don't want to say I've mastered, but I found little tips and tricks. But here was probably my favorite piece that I made, but going into it a second time, I would do it differently. So here I'm just trying to get my words, and I was going to stick them to the canvas and not stencil them because I wanted kind of not like a 3D effect. I just wanted it to have a little extra texture. And going back another time, I definitely would stencil it. So that's just, that's my word of advice if you're going to do a project like this. Even though I painted on the canvas and it made a stiffer surface to work with, it really wasn't the easiest to transfer to. But you'll see as we're going along, and then you'll see what I did for the future projects where, you live and you learn. But I love all these projects. They were just so cute. And like I said, we have a huge snowstorm coming tonight. So I am definitely needing some kind of beach. I need the warm sand. I need the warm sun. I'm already over winter, and it hasn't even really started for us. We've only had, 2 snowstorms, and they weren't even very big. So the one tonight is going to be huge. I think like 12 inches or something, which is a lot for Massachusetts. So you can see where this is another thing, I wouldn't have used white. I probably would have used like a dark blue on my letters, but again, you live and you learn, and the piece still came out adorable, so I don't care. But this is me trying to get it to stick on, and again, I'm not stenciling this. I'm gonna leave it on. I wouldn't do that again, but it's still cute. Now you can see here, I just took it off and decided to start over again. And I got out my spray adhesive. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't do this. I thought it was going to help it stick a little bit. But what really ended up happening was some of the letters were like melting. So I wouldn't use spray adhesive, or at least maybe not the permanent one. I would do, the removable one. But again, lessons learned. as you can see, it's really starting to form now. And I think I figured out my issue, after I stopped using spray adhesive. But again, I wouldn't do vinyl letters on canvas. So if you guys have any tips and tricks, please share them with me, because I like the look. I just want it to be more of a permanent fix for these letters. Who needs vitamin C when you can have vitamin C? How cute is that? I need that today, definitely. Let's move on to our next project. Another beach sign. Oh, it's so adorable. I love it. I used the same sign that I had painted earlier, that, the wash I was trying, the first one, and then I just made a stencil of Om. I'm not a big yoga person, but I'm a big meditation person. So I enjoy yoga, but I meditate probably 3 times a day, if not more. So I thought this would just be perfect. And I don't know if I want to get rid of this. I like to sell things, but sometimes I just love pieces so much that I keep them for myself. So this might be one of the pieces that I keep. And I love anything that has to do with meditation, and I love this so much. Anything with mindfulness and yoga, it's for me. So having it on a beach sign is just perfect. I had taped down the stencil just to give it a little bit more security while I was pulling it off, because I had so much issues with the vinyl on the canvas last time. But this being a bigger stencil, I didn't have as many issues at all. I actually was on a phone call with my son's school during half of this, and I was able to still get the project done on speakerphone, not even paying attention halfway, so it worked out. So I just taped it all off, where I wanted it, and then I got ready to stencil it. I picked a darker blue, if you can see up in the corner. This is just a navy blue. I thought that would be a nice contrast with those other, beachy colors I used. And I'm just making sure that it's all pushed down all the way so that there's no bleed through. I still got a little bit of bleed through, but it really wasn't that bad. And this is just a little, finagling here and there and just making sure you got it. Because once you start painting, you can't move it. So you want to make sure you're really secure and that you have it laid out exactly how you want it. Somehow I'm actually missing the portion of the video where I stenciled it, which is pretty awful because I wanted to show you guys how nice the paint went over it. But here it is. It's all done, and that peel away, oh, I love it. It's so satisfying. I'm trying to clean up some of the bleed through, but it really wasn't that bad, so I just decided to leave it, and it looks adorable. How cute is that? And with those together, oh my goodness. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet so you don't miss any of my videos. Here's my last sign for today. I love this one so much. So I have this little board from the dollar store, and what I did was I flipped it over, and then I saw this on somebody else's channel, and I really wish I remember who I saw this do, but I've seen other people do it, so I'm sorry if you are the copywriter of doing this. I don't think there's such a thing of this, but whatever. So I just took a little razor blade and I lined up where I wanted to have, my faux boards to make it look like they were boards all, screwed together, which obviously they're not because it's a little sign from the dollar store. And I kept those holes on the top because I'm going to use that to hang the actual board. So I'm just scoring it, and which I could have done after, which I didn't know. It was my first time trying it. So anyways, after I painted it, it really filled in the lines pretty well. So I had to go back and do it again. And this is just a chalk paint oyster. And I didn't want it like super white. I kind of wanted like a gray finish to it, you know, again, to look more like wood. And you'll see what I do with it after. But this is I think I did 2 coats. So this is my first coat. And I love the way it came out. I think it, you know, it was just so cute and such an easy little project. And here I'm just using my antique wax, and I'm just going to antique it. I painted the whole thing, no rhyme or reason, because I'm going to rub it off after, so I just painted everything. And then I rubbed it off with just a little towel. And I wanted it to have, you know, like the distressed look, kind of like not driftwood, but, you know, some kind of wood you'd see that has been hanging up, you know, at some beach shanty for years. And here I'm just using some more glue, just a brown, and I'm going to make it a little more distressed and make it look a little bit more, you know, like wood grain. And I just used a chalk brush, and I just went back and forth. I tried to keep them as straight as I could so it looked, you know, like actual wood. And I tried to accentuate over those little score lines I had made before, which I ended up going over just a little bit on those, just so you could really see them. So this one I printed out some silhouettes of beachy kind of scenes. I got some seagulls, and then I just did some Adirondack chairs with a little beach umbrella, and I thought it would be perfect. I'm going to add some words after. I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to put the words, so I figured just lay it out where I thought it would look cute, so it would be like a little beach scene, and then I'll work the words around it. And this, I think, was my first time using stencil paper. So I'm not really sure if it's my first time, but I'm not a big fan of stencil Cricut paper. Now, if I use it for something like this with the seagulls, it's really not bad at all. It does what it needs to do. But I think anything that you need to, you know, cut out little pieces and, you know, like the letters with the A's and the O's and the E's and stuff, I don't think the stencil paper works that great, but that's just my opinion, and maybe I just need more practice with it. But for right now, I'm going to nix on the stencil paper unless it's a full stencil, like, you know, seagulls and things like that, that I don't have to worry about the cutouts. But regardless, I mean, it came out so cute, and there was no bleed through, so I do have to say, you know, that's got it going for it. As you can see, this is what I was talking about with the little pieces. I'm definitely having some difficulties. These chairs had little tiny pieces in it, and I had to keep sticking them down to make sure they didn't float around, and then they did, and then I had to keep putting them back down. So I definitely would use regular Oracle paper before picking the stencil paper, and that's just my own opinion. I mean, if you have any tips or tricks for this kind of stenciling with the stencil paper, I would love to hear it, because it's not that I struggle so much on every project, just on certain, I guess the ones that are detailed, I'm still kind of working out how to adhere those without, losing all the little pieces. So another live and learn kind of moment. And I don't know if you noticed that the back of this dollar sign still had the Christmas paper on it, because it was a Christmas sign. And all I did was just use some craft paper at the end of once everything was dry, and I cut the craft paper to the size of the paper of the sign, and then I just adhered the back a little bit with Mod Podge and just evened out all the edges, and it looks like a finished piece that you could totally sell to somebody. Just so adorable. I didn't use any special paint here, just a white chalk paint, and I just added it to the seagulls and to the beach theme. I wanted to keep it, not too heavy, because I wanted to put the words over it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to stencil the words yet or use Cricut letters. So you'll see as I keep going what I end up doing. just have my heat gun out to speed up the process a little bit. I was hoping to get this project done in one night. So I decided to print out some letters, living that beach life, and I didn't stencil it. I just put the letters right onto the sign. And I think it was, simpler that way, quicker for I wanted to get this project done in one night. But it came out so cute regardless. And then I used a little bit of Mod Podge just to seal it. And then I put a little bit of twine in those holes that I left at the top so you could hang it. And look how cute that is. Oh, I just love it so much. Hope you enjoyed Cats, Crafts, and Caffeine. I loved all these crafts and my little helpers. I have more videos coming up, so make sure you hit that bell and subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're inspired to try some home decor and DIY for your home. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Freckled Mom. Also, you can read my blog about motherhood, sobriety, fun projects, and delicious recipes at freckledmom.com. See you soon!